Hey tribe, I wasn't even sure if I was going to go live today. I'm literally on a hike in a beautiful new place. Let me show y'all. It's so beautiful. I was going to just make a video, but I figure I'll just come on live and talk about it because I actually didn't want to come to this new place. I usually go to the same place all the time. But the last time I went to that place where I usually do my hikes, I'm very connected with nature. For those who don't know, like I'm an earth sign, I'm a Virgo. And that's really where that lucid luxury frequency came from because I've been going to the same place for hiking for, I don't know, a good 3, 4, 5 years. And when I was there, I was connected with nature as I always am, and they told me it would be my last time there. And I'm like, okay, it was really emotional for me because I've been going to that same place for hiking for so long. It's very familiar. But y'all know I preach so much about getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of the familiar. So, hey, Lisa. So I knew like nature was like, this is your last time here. Like at this specific hiking trail, this is your last time here. So I was like, okay, like it's my last time there. That's fine. So I came to this new place. I wasn't even sure if I wanted to come because, again, I don't know this place. I don't know the trail. And it's like you preach so much about taking the unfamiliar path, doing something different. Like, of course, this is going to be new for you until it becomes familiar. But right now it's new and this is the path that you're on. So embrace it. So I'm on the hike and it was actually really difficult because, again, I don't know this trail. So I don't know like where the hills are, things like that. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm pushing through it. And then the song that came to me as I'm doing this hike, if I don't know, like the Miley Cyrus song, The Climb, and it was so fitting. So when I finally made it up the hill, out of breath, everything, let me show y'all this. Y'all know I talk about so much about come here, come here, come here. And if there was a sign, if I know one, that is literally the sign like here. I'm like, okay, God, like you really speaking because being completely honest and vulnerable, I was feeling very defeated last night. And it's crazy since I stepped into this new luxury energy, it was like I was on such a high for the last week, but last night I truly felt defeated, y'all. Like I was like, I'm just done, like I'm just giving up. I went to bed, woke up, still like I'm still in this energy, like I'm going to give up. And I was like, I'm gonna go on a hike. And I was like, I'm gonna just go to the place I always go. And God was like, no, you need to go to that new place I already told you about. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna just go to a new place. I don't really want to go, but I move when God tells me to move. And the fact that I had seen that sign, and I know I talked so much about come here, where's here, where's here. And then when I made it up the hill and I saw this literally a sign that says here, I'm like, okay, thank you. So I feel like this message is really just about faith and the 3D because when we talk about wealth, it's crazy because I talk so much about growing in the unfamiliar and this thank you and this is so unfamiliar and it's like I know growth isn't always comfortable. It's actually really uncomfortable. I talk about getting comfortable being uncomfortable, and this is really one of those moments where it's like, okay, like this is uncomfortable, but I know that the wealth, the abundance, all of the things is on the other side of that. So I'm here. I made it despite not wanting to be here, despite crying yesterday. Like I literally went out, and while I was out, I had to go to the car because I was just so emotional and I couldn't necessarily figure out why, especially being in this new frequency. And when I was feeling like I was giving up last night, I was like, okay, God, like I'm done. I'm just giving up. And God was literally like, you're not giving up, you're surrendering. Like, you of all people know very much so what surrender looks like to you. And it's like, I was like, well, I'm still using the term give up because that's how I felt. And the whole time I kept saying give up. It's like, no, you're surrendering, but you can call it what you want to call it. Because when you truly surrender to like God's will, like that is when everything really elevates. And me being an example, me already experiencing that firsthand, I know that. So I'm like, if even if I'm calling it giving up, that is what it is for me. Like if I'm calling it giving up, that's what the surrender looks like for me. Because for me, when I give up, that's when I'm in a surrender type of energy. Yes, like surrender. And it's so funny because when we're on this growth journey, y'all have watched my journey. It's like it's a never expanding journey. And that's one thing that my journey has taught me is to remain humble. It doesn't matter how far you think you elevated, you know that God is in control and you still need to remain humble in all of it. So it was really, it's just so funny. Like while I was on this hike, it was really just about, like, I had got that, and y'all know I talk a lot about like the metaphysical sense and incorporate faith in that. And it's like, even if you're thinking about it in the 3D, because it's like God was telling me, like, okay, you've talked about 3D, 4D, 5D. This message is going to be all over the place, just so y'all know. But you talked about 3D, 4D, 5D. You've talked about internal shifts. You talked about faith. And God was telling me, like, yeah, you've talked about wealth being an identity. And it's like all of those things has led up to this moment, because truly what me, myself, and what I want y'all to know, like, when you embody the wealth identity, I know I talk about how money's the byproduct of that, manifestations are the byproduct of that. God is like, now you're going to get what you've talked about internally. I've made those internal shifts. And if you're here, you're on the same frequency that it's now to experience that physical abundance, not the spiritual sense, not the metaphysical sense, like truly the 3D physical abundance. And I was like, that's, I want to say, the fun part, but it's not always easy, y'all. I'm just being real. Like, hey, it's not always easy. And when I was thinking about, like, when God was giving the message, like, y'all stepping into the physical wealth of it all, like 3D, the money, the opportunities, not the spiritual anymore. Like, this is now about the 3D physical abundance. And it seems like the fun part, but I don't know, like, my mind can't wrap around that part. I'm like, we get so addicted, I guess, to the growth, like to the internal shifts, to the wealth. Like, you get so addicted to that ever expansive energy. So like when it's time to truly bask in it in the 3D, I feel like I'm having a harder time with that concept. And I don't know, like, that was just something I was really thinking about it. Like, okay, God, like, you told me it's now, thank you. Like, you told me it's now here. You told me we're now going to experience it. And I can see why nervous system regulation and making those internal shifts are so important, because staying grounded in that when it actually physically comes, who, I don't know. I don't know. Let me give y'all my view again. But the point is, if you're here, if you haven't already, make sure you get the 4 pillars of wealth. You know, that's the identity shift. But if you're here now, I want you to know all of those identity shifts, talking about the 3D, talking about the 4D, talking about the 5D, is here for us to now experience in the physical. This is literally just a physical representation of the abundance that is here. So I just really wanted to show y'all, really want to have, because I was just going to make a video, and I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to be completely vulnerable and go on live and talk about it, because the wealth identity is great, but knowing how to truly ground yourself in the physical, I don't know, like, I have to get back into that playful energy. And oh, I got on yellow. I made sure yellow is a play color for me. But I was like in the field with like these yellow flowers and these yellow butterflies. So I was like, you know what? I have to get back in that playful energy for me to really regulate my nervous system. Like, we talk about nervous system regulation techniques. Yeah, I know EFT tapping, meditating, but for me, it's really being in play. That is a way for me to really ground my energy. Oh, perfect. So I just wanted to get on here and let y'all know we have, if we're going to wrap it back in, I'm probably going to get bit up by tons of mosquitoes, y'all. Oh, yeah, I want to show y'all the sign again for those who are just joining. Y'all know my shorts, and I've been saying in my latest videos about lucid luxury, like, come here, come here, come here. And the fact that God took me on this new path today, and it wasn't easy, it was difficult. Like, it was literally a metaphor for how it's been. And I was like, okay, God, like, I was like, I don't know which way to go, but I'm just going to follow your guidance. So I went up this very treacherous hill to get up here. And I got up here and I sat down and I looked up, and then I just saw this. And I was like, literally, like, I talked so much about this, come here. And I'm like, if I asked God for a sign, especially since I was going through whatever that was last night, it was like, this is your sign. Like, here, right here, this is your sign. Y'all know the word is here. So this is your sign. So if you're here, I want you to know y'all have embodied wealth already. We've already made these identity shifts. We already went through the wormhole. And now it's time for us to truly experience the physical abundance of it all in the 3D. You went to the mirror, you made the selections, you chose your highest timeline, you shift your wealth identity. And now it's time to embrace the physical abundance of it all. And I wanted to show y'all the physical. Hey, beautiful. I wanted to show y'all a actual physical representation of the abundance that is now here. This is not the spiritual sense. This is about the actual physical 3D abundance that we're going to now play in. And for me, nature is how I get back to that playful energy. Nature is how I ground myself. And because I wasn't feeling grounded just the last 12 hours, I knew God was like, go outside, go into nature. And I wanted to go back to the same place. And literally, it was so instant because the last time I was there, like, it was like, no, this is your last time here. Take the lessons you've learned here, take the love that you've learned here, and truly take all of those lessons, those love, all from the past. You've been in that energy for years. It's time to embrace something new. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this new path today. I'm gonna take this new trail, even if it's gonna be difficult, even if I don't know. And it was so funny because I'm afraid of heights. And it was, I wish I can show y'all. I can't even really show y'all. But I'm afraid of heights. And it was like these stairs. And I was like, man, I'm not going down there. It was so hot. And God was like, no, go. Like, you need to do one foot in front of the other. You know, of all people, that we don't look at the bigger picture because it can be overwhelming. But I'm guiding your path, and it's one foot in front of the other. So you need to take one foot in front of the other on this journey. You're getting overwhelmed because you're trying to see the bigger picture and you're not letting me lead. You know better than that. And I was like, you're right. Like, one foot in front of the other. And if I would have not done that, one foot in front of the other, did what I was scared to do, did what was uncomfortable, did what was unfamiliar, I wouldn't have gotten this view. I wouldn't be here. Literally wouldn't be here. So I don't know who needed to hear this message along with me, but I know someone needs to. Like, I want y'all to know to do what's uncomfortable. I talk about it all the time. Do what's uncomfortable, do what's unfamiliar, break the pattern, break the loop, go somewhere new. I want y'all to know that we are now basking in the physical wealth, the physical energy of it all. We've done the spiritual. Y'all gotten the four pillars of wealth. Y'all been here. We talked about the spiritual. We talked about those internal shifts. Now the whole point of being human is to enjoy the human experience of it all, and that is where we are. If you are here now, it's time to enjoy the actual human part of abundance, the physical, and abundance is everywhere. So I guess this is my reminder to just make sure y'all grounded, whatever those grounding techniques are for y'all. If it's meditation, EFT tapping, going outside, playing, whatever it is that keeps you grounded as you're now experiencing this actual physical abundance, this physical wealth, this physical money, because it all sounds good. But if you're not regulated to hold it, then it can be extremely overwhelming. So just make sure you do what you need to do. And remember, we don't entertain what we don't want to experience. Thank y'all for being here with me. Thank y'all for being in this vulnerable moment with me. Thank y'all for just enjoying nature with me. And remember to always be a passenger princess to your God self. Allow God to take the lead, as I did today. I'm telling y'all, it's not always easy. It don't matter if y'all see these videos and thinking it's always easy. It's not. Definitely not always easy. But it's one foot in front of the other. If looking at the bigger picture is overwhelming, stop it. One foot in front of the other and keep on going. And I'll see you on another video. Love y'all.